Hello everyone and welcome to another broadcast on the Spartan live stream. Thank you for tuning in to the Northwest Communications pregame show. Tonight in girls basketball action, your Somerset Spartans are set to take on the Elk Mound Mounders in this newly renovated Somerset High School gym. My name is Will Rossmiller and I'm joined on the mic tonight by the one and only Cody Wallen.
Hello.
If you are new to the Spartan live stream, both of us on the microphone and producing tonight are employees at Somerset High School. I'm an English teacher at SHS while Wallen is a social studies teacher here at the high school. We're excited to stream this game for you tonight. We also would like to give a quick shout out to our camera operator, Elizabeth Granick. Granick is a Spanish teacher at SHS. The Somerset Spartans come into this game with a 3-7 record here in the early mark of the season with a conference record of 1-3. The girls played 2 games over winter break in Wisconsin Dells. They fell in both contests, losing to Wisconsin Dells 54-60 and losing to Richland Center 33-58. The Spartans will look to get back on track here tonight against the Mounders. Wallen, we have live streamed all 3 of the girls' victories this season. We've seen them at their most successful. What do you think are the keys to success for this team based on what we've seen when they've played their best basketball?
It's just the variety of scoring for me. I mean, the post play of Heather Gaikowski inside with the kind of compliments of Shaylin Strumpke in there defensively, things like that, but then also the outside play of Claire Downtown Anderson shooting the 3, and then also whatever Mackenzie Lesha can bring more offensively as well. When she gets hot, starts laying out some threes, tends to be good for the Spartans.
Absolutely. This team is at its best when they are doing great with like spreading the ball, and hopefully they're able to do that tonight. So we're going to send it down to the floor. We have the national anthem. We have starting lineups here. Thank you all for tuning in to the Spartan live stream.
Good evening and welcome to Somerset High School for tonight's non-conference game featuring the Elk Mound Mounders and the Somerset Spartans. Good sportsmanship starts with respect for yourself, your team, the opponent, and the decisions of the officials. Great fans are enthusiastic for their team and sportsmanlike with their behavior toward the opponent and the decisions of the officials. Now, to honor America, would you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Somerset High School sophomore, Victoria Gomez. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red glare the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave, and for the land of the free and the home of the brave. And now, let's meet our starting lineups. First for the Mounders, a junior, number 3, Brooklyn Emery. Freshman, number 5, Ellie Shizik. A sophomore, number 11, Madison Moore. A junior, number 23, Tori Blaskowski. And a junior, number 35, Stella Rube. The Mounders are coached by Jordan Monshire and assisted by Mike Shizik, Cameron King, Mike Whitstein, and Scott Fassbender. And now for the Somerset Spartans, a sophomore
All right, and we're ready to tip off here, ready to go. Been a while since we've had a live stream. Super excited to be back up in the booth.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Have a couple of girls games this week, so one today, one on Friday. Get another week off, and then a lot of live streams going on the following week. We'll be talking about that upcoming week quite a bit this week, I suppose.
Yep.
Elk Mound 9-1 on the season. We'll talk more about them as we go here. Looks like the Mounders will win the tip, and we're off here in Somerset. Julia Rybecki playing defense there out on the point guard. Spartans looking like they're coming out with some intensity here, playing really close on-ball defense. Almost more of a zone, it looks like, the 3-2, something that they have done a bit this season.
Yeah. That
they've had some success with. Heard that this Elk Mound team is very intense as well. Play really good defense, a very sound team. Their only loss on the season by 1 point to Osseo Fairchild.
Oh my gosh.
Last Tuesday. Julia Rybecki on the drive, goes up strong, gets the first bucket of the game. Julia Rybecki so fast there, hard to stay up with her, and she will score the first points for Somerset here.
And as she develops as a player, that nice easy lay-in on the speed run there is going to get only better and better.
The more opportunities she gets to kind of finish there, not easy rebound there by Gaikowski. I think that's going to be a huge part of her game, just finishing those layups, but with a head full of steam running down the court. Gaikowski able to corral it. She'll try to get into the paint. She'll dish out. Rybecki out to Anderson. Lesha will try to reset it up. Strumke double teamed there. Tries to go off the glass. Not quite good. Nice rebound by Rybecki. She goes up strong. Julia Rybecki, the sophomore, worth the first 4 points in this one. Somerset with the lead early. 2-2-1 press here for Somerset as well. Something we've also seen from them quite often this season. Elk Mound still trying to get something going offensively. They'll take a three here. Back iron no good. And Kenzie Lesha will take it and push. Close there by Lesha. Doesn't want to get kind of caught in a corner. She's good. Anderson into Strumke. Can't quite get a handle, but Claire's able to re-get that ball. Nice drive by Lesha. Can't quite get the bucket to go, but we'll go to the charity stripe to shoot two. Very fast-paced game here early on, Mr. Wallen.
Yeah, that's a sneaky move there by Lesha because she's been known to just pop that three every once in a while, to tuck that in and go for it.
Yep. You could see Elk Mound kind of coming out on that one. Of course, we make sure to stay silent during Mackenzie Lesha. We have the Kenzie Lesha rule up here in the live stream lounge. No talking during free throws.
No.
At least for our own team.
Yes.
And the second one goes. Somerset up early, 6-0 against a pretty darn good Elk Mound team.
I have Lesha in advisory, and she every once in a while will be like, you know, last night's game, there was only one time when you talked through my free throw, but the rest of them were good, so you're improving.
We'll take it. High off the glass, gets it to go. That's number 35, Stella Rude, second leading scorer for the Mounders, averaging 12.8 points per game. Mounders have 3 players averaging double-digit points this season.
Wow.
Strumke able to finish at the rim. 8-2 Somerset.
Say not a ton of size with the Mounders, but
true, and
looks
that
like
could
a lot of
be,
athleticism out there.
That could be something that Somerset looks to exploit for sure. They're definitely gonna have to play good perimeter defense. 3-point attempt, no good. Strumke fights for that rebound, able to draw the foul. And the Spartans will certainly take that as Elk Mound already up to 2 fouls here. Elk Mound also coming out in a press of sorts here. Julia Rybecki fast enough to break a lot of presses, but loses the handle on this one. Can she save it? She can. Heather Gaikowski gets it. Ball is flying all over the place, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on Elk Mound. We've seen it sometimes where officials call the jump ball really quickly, and we've also seen it where they wait quite a bit of time too. Rybecki will take the three. Not quite there, but Claire Anderson is able to get the rebound. Nice offensive board for Somerset. We've done a really good job of getting those offensive boards so far. Those second chance points have been killing out Elk Mound here early on. Strumke back out to Rybecki. She'll take the three. It's good! Julia Rybecki, the sophomore, with 7 points here early on. We saw this against River Falls
Yep.
from Julia. We have never seen her do it in the first half, though.
No, and there's been the last couple of games that at least we've done, it's been kind of middle of the second half. You're like, oh, Julia's got 8-9 points. Just kind of sneaky a little bit here and there.
She's deciding to do that act early on here for Somerset. I'm sure Coach Lindenberg is very pleased with that. It's hard. I mean, for a sophomore, didn't have a ton of minutes last year. Had a really strong senior crew last year, of course. 2 of them in the building here tonight.
3 of them. Yep, Danny's here as well.
Danny Schockner in the building. Taylor Paulson in the building. Rachel Gaikowski in the building. A couple of fantastic players from last year, but they took up a lot of minutes, rightfully so. Great basketball players. But Julia Rybacki, I think, is just going to get better and better as the season goes on for Somerset.
Well, she's way too athletic to to not develop like that, and she definitely will.
It's tough because like we've seen basketball players that have a ton of athleticism, but it hasn't translated to skill before. And she's really translating it well to kind of a skill set offensively and defensively that'll really benefit her in the long run here. If she can develop that outside shot, if you have people coming out to you and the first dribble that Julia Rybacki has, just get right to the hoop. A very fun basketball player to watch. It's been fun seeing her develop, not only just from year to year, freshman to sophomore, but just this season alone, I feel like. Into Rybacki, she gets the bucket to go. 9 points for Julia Rybacki. Somerset with 13 points here early on and an early timeout by the Mounders.
That's the sneaky thing about Julia, whereas like she's got the height
she's tall
of a post player, but the speed of a point guard.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's the fastest person on that floor.
Oh, yeah.
Fastest by far. And that's not just us being homers.
No.
I have never seen a girls basketball player match up with her one-on-one defensively in terms of being able to stay in front of her. Really got to move your feet.
I coach her in soccer, and it is something to see when she's sprinting down the field.
She could beat most of the boys in a sprint.
I would agree with that statement. Yep.
Addie McGeehan into the game. Don't know if we talked about her quite yet. McGeehan hasn't been doing a ton of work offensively for Somerset, but in her limited action, she averages 5.9 rebounds per game. And I feel like that really says a lot about Addie's ability defensively and offensively to get in good position underneath the basket. A good defender, and will take the chances offensively when she can, but
I remember that in the Spring Valley game. I feel like she had like 8 or 9 rebounds in a row on just a couple possessions there. So,
and she isn't really a dominant physical presence, but she's just a very smart basketball player.
Yeah, good body position.
Yep.
Good hands.
Able to get the steal on that one. Tipped out of bounds. Oh, darn. Tipped off of Claire's leg. That's going to go back to Elk Mound. Spartans leading by 9 here early on.
Before we get too far here, a shout out to our usual broadcast partner, Keaton Anderson. Feeling a little under the weather today, but hopefully he's feeling better back on the live stream for Friday.
His voice was a bit rough today.
Yep.
But he is missed, and he will definitely, he'll hopefully be back on Friday. I'm sure he will be. Bucket goes there for Elk Mound. See that one. Rude has all 6 points for the Mounders so far. Back to Lesha, up to Gaikowski. She'll probably try to take it all the way here. She does, off the glass, can't quite get it to go. McGeehan will fight for that rebound. That's going to be a jump ball. That'll head back to Elk Mound. And with that, Mia Olsen will check into the game. And Shaylin Strumke will check back into the game. Gaikowski and Rybacki checking out. 2 key components to the Spartan offense here. Let's see if they can still get some points going.
We got some numbers today, Rossi. We just went over 80.
No way.
How about that?
How far is Elk Mound away from here, roughly? Do you know?
We're
gonna go to our.
I honestly have no clue, and I'm kind of ashamed of not knowing that.
Well, as a producer, I'm sure you're on it as we speak, and Somerset's on it too, as they are leading 13-6. Claire Anderson with the ball, skips it to. Shaylin Strumke with the ball here now. Mia Olsen able to corral it there. Anderson will take the wide open 3. Not quite able to get it to go.
It looked good.
Not able to get it. Yep, it looked fantastic from up here.
Elk Mound is an hour and 5 minutes away.
So that could be.
Between Menominee and Eau Claire.
Oh, there we go.
Right in that range.
Fantastic. So a little bit of a trek.
You could have convinced me
it was
north or south, and
nothing
I apologize,
nothing
Mounder
against
fans.
the Mounders out there watching here tonight. Heard some very good things about this Elk Mound team for sure. 3-pointer can't quite go. Strumke able to tip it back into Lesha. She'll slow it down, then she'll skip it up to Claire Anderson. Anderson with the ball. Stops her dribble, gets it to Lesha, back to Mia Olsen into Strumpke. Trying to get it into Addie McGeehan. Strumpke loses a handle on that one. But it looks like it's going to be a foul on, it's going to be a foul on Elkbound. Their fourth foul.
Roeder's second.
Oh, interesting. Foul advisory, as we call it here on the Spartan live stream. Lesha, Strumpke.
Great movement here by the Spartans so
True.
far.
Have to see if it results in some offense. Olsen will go to the baseline. Tough one there.
Doing the exact same play that Lesha did earlier in the game.
And Strumpke gets a quick foul, too. Coach Lindenberg coaching him up on the sidelines along with Coach Lesha there.
Saying to Strumpke, they're double teaming you. You're going to need to do some quick hands, move the ball around in there when they're on your back. Not going to get the easy layups inside.
Absolutely. Elk Mound with the ball here.
Oh!
Lesha trying to have one of her patented
Stealing
picks
runs
there. Yep. Spartans playing good defense. Elk Mound earning every bucket here. And also you have to think that some of those three-pointers will fall eventually, because that was 13, Allie Roeder with a three-point attempt. Could be Roder as well. Apologize if I'm getting that wrong. Into Gaikowski.
There's that double team
Yep.
that Lindenberg was talking about. Oh, but the good movement there.
Nice job there. Addie McGeehan wide open, and she'll take those.
It's almost like Coach Lindenberg might know what he's talking about.
Sometimes. Don't want his ego to get too big. Looks like Julia Rybacki and freshman Lucy Nichols will check into the game in a little bit here. Speaking of freshmen, number 5, Ellie Shizik, a freshman on this team, averaging 11.1 points per game. Strong showing by a freshman. Spartans playing fantastic defense, and it results in a turnover there. Claire Anderson able to pick that one up, and Mackenzie Lesher will push it up. Just under 11 to go here in the first half, 15-6. Somerset with the early lead. Somerset working it around the perimeter, trying to find an open lane into the paint. Definitely where their offense starts.
Looks like some fresh legs here for the Spartans. Lots of movement, very
True.
quick.
Addie McGeehan tries to go up strong with that, but it's blocked.
Not getting stuck in corners.
Yep, something they've struggled with in the past. McGeehan will pick up the foul there. Spartans with 3 fouls here. That's McGeehan's first. Lesha will get a break here early on, along with Claire Anderson. That's why Rybacki and Nichols are into the game.
Looking at a definite version of the lineup next year on the floor right now.
That's very true. That's a very interesting point. It'll be very interesting to see what this team looks like without Mackenzie Lesha. I feel like it'll have to be a point guard by committee for sure. It's hard to use one player to replace Mackenzie Lesha. Nichols takes up the ball, dishes to Rybacki, who goes all the way around the paint there.
It's
so
just
fast.
wild.
Just right around the baseline, kicks it back up.
It was
back up.
almost like a gallop. It
Yes.
wasn't even a run, and she was still moving faster.
Oh my gosh. Mia also with the travel there, yep. Head going a bit faster than her dribbling was for sure on that one. Lesha will check back in. A nice quick break for her.
Quick drink of water back in the game.
Yep. I mean, Kenzie Lesha wants to play all, 36 minutes of these games?
Yeah.
So.
Shout out to the Western Wisconsin Stars, our girls hockey.
Playing in Eau Claire tonight, right?
Yes, with their 9-0 victory.
Oh my gosh. Eau Claire is usually a pretty solid team.
I hope I read that the right way and that we didn't. Yeah, I see Western
Hopefully
Wisconsin
we didn't lose 9-0.
Nope, we won 9-0.
Fantastic.
Maybe I can see if I can find some
stats.
Some stats on what we
If
got
that's
there.
against the Eau Claire team that I know, that's a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, beating anyone 9-0 is impressive, but
right.
Eau Claire. Elk Mound able to get it into the paint. Now back out. They'll take a 3 here, and they get it to go. That would be Brooklyn Emery, the junior, with a nice 3-pointer there. 6-point game now. Crazy how one shot like that can kind of change the fortune of a team here early on. Lesha gets her pocket picks there. Knocked out of bounds. Good defense by Somerset. And they'll say you stole the ball from us, so we're going to take it right back. Lesha will inbound it here. Elk Mound putting on the pressure. Somerset so far doing a really good job of handling that pressure. Helps when you have Kenzie Lesha at the point. As she does stuff like that, dishes it to Heather Gaikowski. Easy bucket. Easy way to break the press there is just say, I'm going to storm right down the court and pass it to my open teammate. Gaikowski's first points of the game, kind of surprising. But she has 2. Somerset has 17, up by 8.
That's what I was kind of talking about at the beginning of the game, though. It's just the variety of scoring that the Spartans can do. There's a couple different people in there that can get it done on a different night.
I'm willing to bet we didn't have Julia Rybacki leading all scorers here early on.
You know, if I was placing my bets, I wouldn't have made that call. But I'm happy to see it.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about it. It's good to see her have that confidence early on in a game.
I was just say we watched a couple weeks ago Heather Gaikowski go for 30.
True.
And now, like you just said, she's got her first points with halfway through the.
On very few teams can you be in the game when a person who has scored 30 points for you in a previous game has 2 points. At about past the quarter mark here in this game. This is a very impressive and interesting Somerset Spartan team this year. A lot of opportunity for players to step into new roles. Really, Heather Gaikowski and Mackenzie Lesha were the only returning players that saw significant time last year. Rybacki almost steals that one. Spartans playing great defense here again. Trying to get something going. And Elk Mound looking a bit frustrated at times as they don't know how to break this 3-2 zone defense by Somerset. Nowhere to go with the ball. Nowhere to go. Some open looks, but they're very short. Stifling defense by Somerset, but could we get a 3 here? We don't. Anderson, off Claire Anderson's foot there. Tough break for Somerset. They'll just have to do it all over again. Coach Lindenberg has to be happy about that defensive set. That was impressive stuff right there.
Absolutely. You can see the crowd getting into it too. Lots of clapping, lots of
cheering. I love
when
our student section
all
claps,
nice.
But hey, baseline out of bounds play right there, working for Elk Mound for sure. Lucy Nichols will take the ball up the court. Careful not to lose it here. Almost does, but she's able to get to Claire Anderson. Back out. Rybacki will try to drive and dish. I love that's a travel there by Addie McGeehan. Right before that happened, though, I loved the ball movement and just kind of the lack of hesitation of just quickly moving it in and out and in and out.
Right.
You saw it dish back out to Claire Anderson, who just instantly sent it back into Addie McGeehan.
Right.
Rybacki will put the pressure on, almost gets a tip on that one. Spartan press has been working well. It's been forcing some extra passes, making life difficult for Elk Mound. Skip pass there into the corner. But good defense by Addie McGeehan to deny the baseline. Able to get the steer here. Julie Rybacki goes up.
Woo.
That's all ball right there. Nice job by, I believe that's number 23, Tori Blaskowski. Leading scorer for Elk Mound, averaging 13.9 points. A junior, the point guard, apparent leader for this Elk Mound team. I don't believe she's gotten into the scoring column yet, as the Somerset Spartans have been playing stifling defense, especially at the top of the key against Blaskowski. But yeah, it's been I didn't tell you, but on the program that we have here, folks, they put the JV team and mixed it up with the varsity team. So
Perfect.
The JV team listed on our program is actually the varsity team, and the varsity team that's listed here is actually the JV team.
That is.
So I should have probably told you that a little bit earlier.
Yep.
But we got there.
I don't know if I've
never seen us do that.
blatantly called some players by completely different names.
You've done a good job so far.
All right.
Yeah.
Jenna Pepper just about got her head knocked off there on that pass out of bounds. She's all right, though.
Yep.
Jenna Pepper lighting it up in the JV game.
She was very impressive. She was, we didn't get the official stats, but she definitely had double-digit rebounds. She scored 23 points, and she was dishing it, too.
I think the final score was something with the Spartans scoring around 31, 32 points, something like that, and for her to have 23 of those 31, that's
pretty impressive.
Pretty darn good for the sophomore.
17-11 here, just over 6 to play. Somerset with the lead. That's out of bounds there. Hopefully she's okay. She's good.
Glad that ankle didn't turn on that.
Yeah, that would be a very easy ankle roll right there for number 33, Olivia Schreiber, a senior, one of 3 seniors on this squad.
Coming from myself that rolls their ankle just walking down the hallway.
I'm right there with you, pal. Julia Rybacki. Back to Lesha. This is close for a 10-second. Yep, Coach Lindenberg. Coach Lindenberg wisely calling a timeout there.
Has them all available to him.
Yep,
call
may
there.
as well. For our listeners at home, a wise decision would be getting involved with Wisconsin Credit Union.
I would agree.
One of our proud sponsors, Wisconsin Credit Union, is proud to support Somerset Athletics. Want a new truck or ATV, Mr. Wallen? Wisconsin Express
fantastic.
Loan. Wisconsin Express Loan servicing is quick and easy with an online application and a loan approval process that often takes just a day. You could have your ATV ready to go by the end of the week, Mr. Wallen. So, Wisconsin Credit Union, make sure you check them out. Learn more at wisconsincu.org. Again, that's wisconsincu.org.
Fantastic. Great ad read there.
Hey, thanks. Just have to wait for a bank, and then we get the best ad read, my favorite one.
To say we only have the 3 sponsors.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll get more.
Looking for more, for sure. Six minutes to go here.
I have some tricks up my sleeve that we can do with sponsors if we get enough sponsors.
Have some feelers out there?
Yep. Well,
yeah.
not even that,
Yeah.
but some things technologically that we can do with some videos and stuff like that.
That'd be really cool. We want more sponsors. Folks, if you're interested, make sure you contact Trent Probst, the athletic director at Somerset High School.
But I don't necessarily know if people are just going to want to see 3 sponsors constantly rolling across the screen.
I don't think so. I don't think they will.
Got to give the people what they want.
True. It's going to be a foul on Somerset.
A screen or something like that?
Yeah, it had to be an off-ball screen there. Moving screen potentially for Addie McGeehan. Wallen might have to check out the replay.
I'm just going to assume screen on that one.
Back in the full court press here for Somerset. That one's going to be off of, I think that's off of Heather Gaikowski's leg. Again, not a perfect vantage point from up here, but Elk Mound will retain the ball, and Blaskowski will bring it up. The junior swinging it to the outside. 3-pointer can't quite go. Taylor Schockner into the game here, getting some minutes. Taylor also one of the key contributors on the JV squad. Heather with the ball at the top of the key. She'll toss it back to Mackenzie Lesha. Spartans will set it back up. Quick drive there. Almost a scoop shot for Rybacki. Can't quite get it to go. Gaikowski able to get it back. Not calling the foul there. And it'll head back to Elk Mound. They're going to call a foul there on Heather Gaikowski. Her first. Somerset with 5. Not in a terrible spot here in terms of bonus. Just over 5 to play. Holding on to a lead here. Somerset has led for the entire game so far. Elk Mound showing some life there, and a nice bucket by number 33 for the Mounders. That would be Olivia Schreiber, one of the seniors here.
Coach Lindenberg having a nice one-sided conversation with the official over there. Wasn't super happy with the non-call on that layup attempt.
Yep. Then I don't think Heather was either, and then she kind of drew the foul directly after. It was one of those, hey, that was a foul. Okay, now I'm going to have a foul. Claire Anderson with the ball. She'll try to dish to Kenzie Lesha. Nice bounce pass there. Able to get it across.
Whoa.
Football pass there. Aaron Rogers up to Heather Gaikowski, who gets the bucket to go. Some redemption for Heather Gaikowski there. 4 points for the junior. Leading scorer on the Somerset Spartan team. Lesha's back up and okay.
You mentioned the Lesha on the ground again.
Yep. Anderson trying to get the bank to go there. That's going to be out of bounds. That'll be Somerset ball.
I was just saying you mentioned Aaron Rodgers because the pass was completed. If it wasn't, I was going to say Baker Mayfield after watching.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Sean Mannion.
Oh, no, you know
that'd have been really mean. Actually,
he didn't do horribly.
Yes, he did.
The team did horribly.
Sean Mannion looked lost.
I think the Vikings should dump Cousins, offer Sean Mannion 7-year contract.
You're funny.
As a Packer fan, I think that's the best option for him.
Yeah. Nice move there. High off the glass by Heather Gaikowski. Sweet moves in the paint by the junior there. She has 6. Heather averaging just over 14 points a game. Elk Mound down by 8 here, under 4 to go. Yeah, I had to think that was going to be a foul there by Somerset. They have one more foul to give until Elk Mound will be in the bonus. That's Taylor's first.
After that Baker Mayfield comment, is it safe to say that Baker Mayfield not a fan of the live stream?
Probably not. I don't think he ever was. Derek Carr and David Carr, I like to think, are both big fans of the live stream.
But not Baker
and
Mayfield.
The Raiders, a pretty big win.
Yes.
Right? Against the Colts, I believe?
Colts,
yeah.
yes.
Kind of keeping their playoff hopes alive, potentially. Laskowski will take the 3. Can't quite get it to go right back. Long rebound. Loses it. Will Elk Mound be able to save it? They will. Impressive play there by the Mounders.
Quick.
And they'll take it right back. Wow. Is that going to be... It's going to be a defensive foul there by Kenzie Lesha.
It's just a good time to, as we went off on our little tangent there, that we do not claim to be professionals.
No.
We will try and call a good game here. We'll probably go off on a few tangents here or there, but we're here having fun.
That is synonymous with the Spartan live stream.
Yep.
We're teachers at Somerset High School, like we said in the opener. We know all of these kids. In fact, I think both of us have taught almost all of the kids.
All of them.
I've taught all of the kids on the floor, which is kind of a cool thing to think about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we're very, very close with them. So it's hard to be impartial, but we do our best. And we're always here to just have some fun. Lucy Nichols can't quite get that one there. It's going to be coming back to Elk Mound.
As we always say, if you don't like what we're saying, you have the opportunity to click mute on that TV or on that computer.
We won't hold it against you.
We won't even know.
Yeah, that's right. Unless you tell us, which please don't. Like,
we've muted you.
We don't need to hear that information. Laskowski with the ball. Tipped by Lesha. Olsen can't quite get it there. Out to the edge there. Nice up. But can't quite get the bucket to go. Offensive rebound. Heading right back in. Sloppy offensive possession there, and Heather Gaikowski will take it. Will she go coast to coast? She'll stop. Almost loses the ball. And I think they're going to call a foul on Elk Mound there. Their 5th foul. Still 2 more to give before Somerset's in the bonus. That's Rude's 3rd foul.
That's Rude's 3rd,
That's big. So Rude's not going to be in the rest of this half. And I would assume she's probably going to sit for a decent chunk of the beginning of the second half. I'm no expert, but she has 8 points of the 13 points for Elk Mound. They're going to want to keep her around for some key moments at the end of this game. Lesha will drive. Can't quite get it. Lucy Nichols for 3. Can't quite get it to go. Back out. Nice rebound by Taylor Schochner there.
You can see the height advantage really coming into play, especially on the offensive end when it comes into rebounding.
Yep. Somerset this year in general has been very good at securing offensive rebounds against almost every team they've played against. But the height advantage is very apparent against this Elk Mound team, especially when you don't have Rude in there. Nia Olsen with the ball. Gaikowski working it around the perimeter. Taylor Schochner trying to get a seal there in the paint. Nichols will drive, go up, tries to hit it off the backboard, but it will not go through. Laskowski will take the ball up for the Mounders. Dishing it around. Taking that elbow jumper again is the senior Schreiber. She's hit a couple from that spot.
Yeah.
She has 4 points now tonight. Nice contribution by the senior. As Elk Mound only down by 6. See how these last couple minutes go in this half. Schochner fighting for the rebound. Can't quite get it. Lesha still fighting for it. Blaskowski secures it. And the point guard will take the ball up the floor.
See, our post players having a tough time getting around the paint a little bit.
Yeah,
lots of bodies in there.
We talked to, a couple of the girls talked to me about this team. Number 33, Schreiber, can't get that to go. Talking about this team, they said that they play very physical and they're very intense. Oh, Lucy Nichols. Mia Olsen kind of skied that pass a bit too high for the freshman Nichols. But the girls talked about how this is a very physical team, and we can see it so far. They definitely make you earn your points in the paint. And Somerset really hasn't had to get a lot going offensively on the perimeter. You've had a Julia Ryback E3, had a couple of others attempt 3-pointers, but I believe we've only had 1 3 in this first half so far.
Well, and we saw the Spartans get out to the early lead, but Elk Mound staying right with it here. It's going to be
making some good adjustments.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
It's going to be an interesting second half. I'm assuming this game's going to get probably a little bit closer here.
Elk Mound with an opportunity here. It's a tough one. Taylor Shockner did not get very good position on that rebound opportunity, and she didn't give up the bucket, but she had to take a foul. 8 fouls for Somerset. Shockner's second, like you said, Wallen. Some very interesting noises coming from the student section. Sounds like a parrot is in the gym.
Big shout out to Sarah Krybeck, who tells me that they are not muting us tonight.
Thank you, Sarah.
Love the support.
Yep. That one goes for number 15, Lydia Levra. Connection to Somerset for the Levra family. Jeremy Lesha told us to give a shout out to John Levra, a former classmate, former teammate in Hurley. John Levra watching in Nagami, Michigan, I believe is how it is pronounced.
That's cool.
So a Somerset/Hurley connection here from Elk Mound in this game here tonight. Timeout here. I don't remember who exactly took the timeout.
So you don't get that insider information everywhere, folks.
No, you don't. That's kind of a special trait of the Spartan live stream. We're known for our shout-outs, that's for sure.
That's just kind of originated over time.
It has.
And grown over time.
I love it. It's cool just because I feel like it really celebrates at the core what the live stream is about, where it's allowing people that are not from the community to really get to experience and be part of this Somerset community through the live stream, through the athletics, through the student athletes that they get to watch. We have people that watch from all around the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Just family members who have student athletes that play on these teams. And it's such a cool opportunity for us to bring this to them. And to give them a shout out is the least we can do for watching
Absolutely.
all over the place. I know the Rybackies have plenty of people that watch all around. The Leshas have people that watch all around. And it's just a great time to give those people recognition for tuning in.
Ooh.
Three-pointer there by Blaskowski. That's a big bucket by the junior. Elk Mound only down by 1 now with under 30 seconds to play. Rybacki loses it.
Steal.
Elk Mound could take their first lead of the game here. Wow, what a turn of events. Three-pointer up and good.
Holy moly.
Wow. 6 seconds to go. 4, 2, not even be able to get one up here. That is a rough end to the half for Somerset.
Not the way the Spartans wanted that half to end.
So Coach Lindenberg is going to have probably some coaching opportunities here going into the second half. We'll take a break here in Somerset. Right now, I guess we can talk about leading scorers. Julia Rybacki still leading all scorers. Scored 9 of, I think, Somerset's first 11 points, I want to say.
Cooled off a little bit.
Yep.
You have those 7 in about the first 30 seconds, it seems like.
Very true. But still leading all scorers here in Somerset. We do have the dance team with a performance here at halftime.
Awesome.
Can't have the audio, folks, because we will get copyright claimed. Thank you, YouTube, so much for that.
Big shout out, YouTube.
But you can still watch the performance, and we'll be back with probably about a minute to go to recap this first half, talk about some keys to the second half. Thank you for tuning in, folks. All right, and we're back here at Somerset High School on this Tuesday night. Somerset down here after the first half, 21-23. A first half that saw Somerset with the lead for 17 and a half minutes.
I feel
until
like
the last 30 seconds.
I feel like I jinxed them a little bit. I said that Elk Mound was sticking around. All of a sudden, they had I said they were probably going to get close in the second half.
You said it was getting close, and it got real close. It did. Somerset will get the ball here to start, though, looking to regain the lead or potentially tie it up. Rybacki will try to take that lead here. Not able to get the roll there. Somerset has to get back. Trying to get a couple easy points here. Julia Rybacki is going to get charged for the foul there. It's going to send number 3, Brooklyn Emery, a junior, to the line to shoot 2. And Elk Mound will look to build onto their lead here, a newfound lead that they had just 30 seconds into, or just 30 seconds left in the first half.
Numbers and words are hard.
Yeah, exactly. It was our first day back at school for a full day. Had to talk a lot more than I was used to after a couple of weeks off, so.
You're telling me.
You talked a lot today.
Yes, I did.
Can't get either of them to go, and Rybacki will get the long rebound. She'll send it back to Gaikowski, who almost loses it there, and Kenzie Lesha, the point guard for Somerset, will take it here. Claire Anderson. Anderson with no three-pointers yet tonight. Nice pass there. Strumke to Gaikowski. Big 2 points for Somerset. We're back tied up. Gaikowski with 8 points. Elk Mound looking to regain the lead here. Nice pass in. Blaskowski able to draw the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. 2 quick fouls here for Somerset. Not how they want to start, for sure. That'll be the second foul for Julia Rybacki, the sophomore. I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the sound that's coming from the student section.
I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
I mean, if I was shooting free throws, it would certainly distract me.
Does it sound like a crying baby or something like that? But coming from a teenage boy.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Another missed free throw there. Gaikowski is able to corral that board, get it to Strumke, who pushes it up to Anderson, who will take it past the half-court line. Gaikowski to Rybacki, back to Lesha. They're going to call it travel there on Rybacki. So it will stay tied here, and Elk Mound will have another opportunity to regain the lead.
Anderson quiet on the day.
Yeah, Claire has only taken 1 3-pointer so far. I think that you have to give a little bit of credit where credit is due here for Elk Mound in the sense that they have played really good defense since the beginning of this game. 3-pointer up. Can't quite get it to go, and Rybacki with an opportunity to kind of take it all the way here, but she loses it. Blaskowski able to pick the pocket of the sophomore Julia Rybacki. Blaskowski's had a really good game of doing that consistently. Very good basketball player, again leading Elk Mound with 13.9 points per game on the season. That's according to WisSports.net. So if I'm getting that wrong, I apologize. Rachel. Heather Gaikowski taking the 3, air balls it there.
Easy to make that distinction because we don't see a lot of threes from Heather, but we saw a ton from Rachel.
Rachel, a member of the Splash Sisters from last couple of years. For folks that are familiar with the Spartan live stream, her and Taylor Paulson both in attendance here tonight, sitting together.
I'm looking up, seeing her,
her
parents and sister chuckling a little bit on that because that's definitely not her usual game.
True, but we've talked to Coach Lindenberg before, and he has said that Heather does have an outside game. It's just they very rarely ask her to use it.
Makes sense.
Rybacki loses the handle again.
Oh, my. Oh,
Flips it around. If they get a 3 here, that would have been the threes to end all threes if Rybacki or if Lesha would have made that one.
That was, I don't even know how Julia did that.
Just a spin of sorts, able to throw it around. But yeah, not how you usually draw it up there for sure. Spartans need to get back on defense here.
Ooh.
Couple points
nice
there.
Right there on that one.
Yep, and we do have Stella Ruud back into the game. Again, Ruud had 3 fouls in that first half. Picked off there. Ruud with an easy 2 points. She's up to 12, and Elk Mound has a lead of 4 now. Somerset playing sloppy there. And that's another bad break for Somerset. making some mistakes that we did not see them make early in this game. And that is a bit frustrating for the Somerset faithful here in attendance, and I'm sure for those who are watching at home. Strumpke playing good defense there. Lesha picks it off. Somerset needs a bucket here. Somerset needs to come away with some offensive points here on this set. You can feel the momentum going towards Elk Mound, and that's exactly what you need to do. Nice seal by Heather Gaikowski. I know my my usual play-by-play for girls basketball, Mr. Anderson, always talking about the seals that our post players make in the paint, and that's a nice one right there. The running sky hook didn't quite work there for Elk Mound, and Somerset with an opportunity to tie here or potentially take the lead if they want it. Strumpke with the ball into Gaikowski, but it cannot get it to go. Lindenberg not pleased on that one, thought there was a hand. And the foul gets called on the opposite end here. Somerset
you almost have to take that one.
Yeah. It's tough though. You got there's been a lot of contact in the paint that we've seen, and not all of it has been called. Rude will take the free throws here. First one, line drive of a shot, gets the friendly roll there, gets it to go. Elk Mound with a lead of 3 now, with under 14.5 to go here in the second half. Rude will look to make it 14. She gets it. Another friendly roll on that board. Yeah. Somerset not playing the sound basketball that we saw in the first half. Kenzie Lesha not happy with herself on that one. And Rude's going to head to the line again. Missed that one. If you're Somerset, you have to go right after Rude when she's playing defense. If she gets 4 fouls, that has to take her out for a good chunk of the second half.
Right.
Or they keep her in and she fouls out with 10 minutes to go. Yep. Like, neither option super great if you're an Elk Mound Mounder. And she's a key component of this full court press.
Oh boy. That's kind of stuck either way there. That was about to get called.
Yep.
Regardless.
That's a travel there on Elk Mound. Somerset gets a lucky break. Elk Mound with their biggest lead of the night so far, up by 5. Again, if you're just joining us, Elk Mound 9-1 on the season, only lost by 1 point last week Tuesday. So a pretty good team. Somerset 3-7 on the season. Have played some close ones. Again, this is a young team. That's going to be a foul there.
Number 33.
Yep, that'll be on the senior Olivia Schreiber. Her second foul. That's the first foul for Elk Mound in this half. Spartans with a baseline out of bounds play here. Quick to Mia Olsen. Lucy Nichols into the game here. Strumpke back to Olsen, into Gaikowski. They'll triple team her. Lucy Nichols has to take this 3. She gets it to go! The freshman. Somerset needed it. Lucy Nichols got it. Her first points of this one here. Lucy, I believe, averaging about around 4 points per game. Pretty impressive considering she did not see all that much playing time early in the season. A lot of high praise we've heard for Lucy Nichols so far. Kenzie Lesha has said some really positive things. And it's hard to earn a compliment from Kenzie Lesha sometimes.
That's a lot of contact for no whistle there.
And Shaylin Strumpke is able to get it. Nichols will try to finish. That's going to be a foul. That's going to send Nichols to the line to shoot 2. And that could lead to a Somerset tie, potentially here. This has been a really physical game.
Has been.
It's pretty easy for us to say based on what we've seen up here so far.
Absolutely.
We're about to get one of our special guest color commentators hooked up here. Talon Lane, one of the a sophomore at Somerset High School.
Spartan Livestream intern.
Talon Lane, a Spartan Livestream intern as well. Talon, how are we doing tonight?
Good.
You ready to do some color commentary for this game? Somerset down by 1. This could be a really interesting end here, Talon.
Yes, sir.
What have you been seeing so far? What are some of your observations?
Well, it's higher scoring than the JV game.
That is for sure.
It's faster. They don't have much time to set everything up. It's been going back and forth, back and forth.
Very
In
true.
the JV game, they had plenty of time to set things up.
Absolutely. This has really been a back and forth affair for sure. Kenzie Lesher with a no-look pass there.
Yeah.
Her doing her best Patrick Mahomes impersonation.
There's been plenty of
It's been pretty physical.
weird, yeah.
It's been pretty physical.
We had a sky hook earlier.
Yes, yes. Talon, I'm glad you picked up on that. That'll be Somerset Spartan ball.
Mackenzie Lesher taking the charge
Yep.
here. Or
On this end of the floor.
or the stiff arm, one of the two.
Claire Anderson on the bench pumped about that one. Somerset looking to regain the lead here. Looking for the baseline out of bounds play, it looks like, as Kenzie Lesher's putting out both of her arms wide. See what Somerset can get going here on this offensive set. Out to Lucy Nichols. Nichols to Olson. Addie McGeehan to Lesha, trying to get it into Heather Gaikowski, but they're making it very difficult to get those entry passes into Gaikowski. Lesha for three. It's good! Lesha with a big three there. Clutch shot. Spartans back with the lead here. Just over 12 to play.
With the quick passes to mess up the defense.
Absolutely.